parents and viewers. Welcome to my channel Epreschooler. I am Meeta. After the child is able to recognize the letter symbols to its sounds, through few activities we have to help the child to understand how two sounds merge together and make a word. So let's start our activity. This is our first activity. In this activity, I have few pictures card with me, and in an A4 sheet paper, I have written alphabet from A to Z. So I'll say to the child, this is picture of a cap. When I say cap, which sound do you hear first? When the child will say K, I'll say to the child, can you find K here and circle it? So the child has to circle K like this. Then I'll move to one more picture, which is van. I'll say to the child, when I say van, which sound do you hear first? When the child will say it's V, I'll say to the child, would you please find V here and circle it? So the child has to circle V. Like this, I'll indicate to each pictures card and I'll ask the child to find out the first sound of the picture card and circle it from here. After the child is able to find out the first sound of all these pictures cards, I'll say to the child, let's find out the last sound of all these pictures cards. We have to stretch the word and we have to help the child to identify the last sound of that particular word, like this. Cap. Cap. When I say cap, which sound do you hear at last? It's P, right? Where is P here? Let's find sound P and circle it. Like this, the child has to circle the last sound. It's easy for the child to identify the first sound, but when we are going for the last sound, the child will take little longer time as compared to the earlier. This is van. When I say van, which sound we hear at last? It's N. Where is N here? Let's circle it. So the child has to circle sound N from here, like this. Like this, the child has to find out the first sound and the last sound, and the child has to circle that particular letter. Through this activity, we are helping the child to revise his knowledge about the first and last sound of a particular word, and we are helping the child to associate the sounds of a particular word to his respective letter. Whenever we are introducing two-letter word to the child for the first time, we have to help the child to understand how we are merging these two sounds together and we are making a word out of that. So let's do this activity. Here this is A and this is T. Both these sounds are joined by a line. There is no plus mark here or there is no gap here. So through this, the child will understand the segmentation of words. So without any pause, we have to say these two sounds together. At, 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 at. We'll ask the child to read these sounds loudly few times. Whenever we are saying these sounds together, we have to stretch this vowel A and we have to say these sounds. At, at, at. An, an. Ab, ab. This is the next activity. Here I have vowel A and here we have few consonants. So I'll say to the child, see, we are going to make few words with the sound A. Through this activity, we are helping the child to merge two sounds and make a word. So I'll say to the child, see, here we have sound A and here we have few more sounds like D, B, N, M, Sh and T. Now we are going to make few words out of these sounds. So let's start our activity. We'll point towards one sound and we'll say to the child, we have to read this A sound and this B sound together like this. Ab, ab. So I'll say to the child, why is ab written here? So the child has to find ab and the child has to keep it like this. Ab, ab. Then I'll point towards one more sound and I'll say, let's read these two sounds together. An, 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 an. After this, the child has to find out where an written here and he has to keep it like this. An, an. After this, I'll move this pointer towards one more sound like this. And I'll say to the child, see, we have one more sound. Let's read it. Am, 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 am. Where is am here? This is am. Add, add. Where is add here? This is add. At, at. Where is at here? Like this, through this activity will help the child to merge two sounds together and read. For the next activity, I have two letter ropes here. This is the rope for vowels and this is the rope for consonants. The child has to bring this a sound near to this m like this, and I'll say to the child to read these words together. Am, am, an, an. At, at, add, add, ab, ab, ag, ag. So like this, the child has to merge one vowel sound and one sound from these consonants, and the child has to read these two sounds together by merging. After the child is able to read two letter words, I'll introduce one more vowel to the child and I'll ask the child to read in the same way. On, odd, odd, ob, og, like this. First we'll introduce a sound, then o, then e. After that a, and at the end we are going to introduce this a sound. In this last activity, we are helping the child to merge these two sounds together and write the two letter words here. The child has to read ag and the child has to write here. The child has to read these two sounds together, ab, and the child has to write here. Then the child has to read these two sounds together, at, and the child has to write here. Again, the child has to read these two sounds together, am, and the child has to write am here. Like this, through various activity, we help the child to understand how two sounds merge together and form one word. So this is all about today's activity. If you like it, please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. And keep watching me for more videos like this.